Well, we have to do business, and Sandra Redley is here.
Great to see you, Roland.
Great to see you too.
This feels like a reunion, sort of.
Well, you can say that.
Well, we have a lot to talk about in business. You've been following happenings in the Middle East
Yeah.
and the possible impact.
It's been very big.
Yes, oil prices and how that can actually impact Ghana, if there is any impact at all. That's what we'll be talking about.
I think it can.
Well, let's hear from the expert. Hi, good evening. My name is Sandra Estinamapeno. As always, I'm here for business. As rising tensions in the Middle East continues after a U.S. airstrike in Iraq killed a top Iranian army commander last Friday, the concerns the development could trigger a surge in global oil prices. Already, oil prices have shot up more than 2% higher on Monday, with Brent crude rising above $70 a barrel. Back here in Ghana, many are waiting to see if this will have any effect on the local base, despite the fact that Ghana's stock market hardly reacts to things like this. Well, head of research at Data Bank, Alice Wahin, told Darkwao on Business Live the tension could have an impact directly on the stock market.
There is interlinkages between stock markets because obviously, if you look at our market, historically, you are talking about something around 60 to 70% dominated by foreign investors. So foreign investors actually account for about 60 to 70%, and these are investors who sit in London and New York and South Africa and other developed markets. So they look at Africa with some sort of they look at Africa with some sort of perception. You know, risks like this will actually make them move their money from Ghana into other equities. And we saw that last year, where U.S. market did about 30% in terms of return, and that actually reflected in our market because we saw a lot of sell-off from our market, investors moving away from our equity market into advanced market. So obviously, though one can argue it's quite remote, but it has significant impact on our market. So I think that for now, in the short term, no need to panic. The Ghana Stock Exchange is looking great in terms of share prices valuation. You can see that share prices are very low because even though companies are making profits, share prices were stagnant generally in 2018. Last year, 2019, we saw a decline of about 12.2%. So that has made the market quite attractive.
All right, so still on the U.S.-Iran tension, economist Dr. Ibu Texan believes the U.S.-Iran feud will not have a direct impact on domestic fuel prices in the short to medium term.
We are a net exporter of oil, so if the prices go up, it's good for us, right? But also, we also will find out that it will lead to an increase in fuel prices in Ghana. So you want to find out whether the revenue that will come in from the increase in oil prices would bring in more revenue to governments. Then we also pay more for the fuel. But I don't think it's going to lead to a substantial increase in the world oil prices. We have to wait until we know what Iran is up to. We should move away from the stage where government was subsidizing almost everything, including fuel. We need to move to the point where we pay for fuel as it should be paid for. It's unfortunate that we don't have control over the world prices, but then in terms of the depreciation of the currency, at 13%, not too bad. In terms of the increase in the fuel prices, I don't think that for the whole year, 13% would lead to that increase, because we've already increased it not long ago because of the depreciation. So the city has slowed down. So let's wait and see what happens. But I'm not looking at the oil dynamics at all.
Should the government say hooray? Because you just mentioned it. You said we're a net exporter, and they definitely have made some projections in terms of what they hope to realize from crude oil sale on the international market.
No, the government will not necessarily be happy because it's an election year, don't forget. They don't want the fuel prices to increase, even though they have no hand in it. So now when the fuel prices go up, Ghanaians will begin to complain, because we've known that in the past, government has had a hand in the determination of fuel prices. Not many people are aware that it's now out of government hands. So government will not be entirely happy about it. Yet, yes, if it comes with some more revenue, to block some of their holes, they'll be happy about it. So it's a mixed feeling. But I'm saying that I don't expect it to have a huge impact in terms of world oil prices.
A lot is happening to crude oil following the tension between the United States of America and Iran. Brent crude has gone up already, I told you, by 2% and expected to go higher in the coming days. Here's the commodity news, and looks like gold is literally smiling following this tension. That's all for business for now. I'm back after 8 p.m. with more business news, and GRA said they've exceeded their 2019 target. I'll bring you that story when I return after 8 p.m.